What are you growing? King here in the doobie den. About to put this baby to bed. And before she goes to sleep, I want to give y'all a quick feeding tip for all the home growers and cultivators out there that are doing their thing, exploring cannabis cultivation, growing their own medicine. I don't care if it's tomatoes, cucumbers, what. These are 3 nutrients that I cannot go without. CalMag. I don't know what it is in the water. I got a printout from a politician buddy of mine to see what was in the water in St. Louis. And the water here is lacking calcium and magnesium for some reason. And so I feed calcium and magnesium every single feed to my cannabis plants because they require so much of it. It's responsible for structuring cell walls. It's a micronutrient, but it's still an important nutrient. And you got to pay attention to the numbers on these bottles here. This is your NPK ratio: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Potassium being K, N being nitrogen, P being phosphorus. So I also like to use this because it doesn't have much nitrogen. Nitrogen is the very first number on all of these bottles. Now my plants are in veg, so I want some nitrogen, but not a whole lot, because I got 2 on the nitrogen here, 0 on the nitrogen here, and then a 5 on my nitrogen here. So quickly moving along, bloom because it's completing my ratio for me. Like I have 2 0 0, and then I have 0 10 10. So what I'm actually working with is 2 10 10. And bloom is so important because the phosphorus and the potassium in the plant, like your plant will start to show signs of deficiency and stunted growth and like lightning in between the veins if you're not getting enough phosphorus and potassium. My absolute favorite is this fish fertilizer. It's basically fish shit. For some reason, whatever these fish are eating, whatever is in their biological ecosystem, is absolutely great for plants, kind of like the same way horse manure makes grass grow. But this fish fertilizer, it will recondition the soil. It will add more terpenes, which increases flavor. It will make your roots pop a lot better, which in turn creates bigger buds. So I have to use fish fertilizer with every single feed. In some stores they'll call it fish emulsion or something like that, but it has to be fish fertilizer. I use it in every feed. It's hard to burn your plants with it. It doesn't come with a lot of nitrogen toxicity to your cannabis plant, but this is a key thing, man. I'm down for anything that creates bigger buds and better flavor. So what you have to know, though, when it comes to dosing and feeding these plants all 3 of these nutrients, is you have to use a syringe, because certain plants require certain nutrients at different times and different milliliters, and I myself cannot eyeball 2 milliliters. I can't pour it in a cup and say, hey, that's 2 milliliters. I don't think anyone can. So you have to use a syringe. And those of you that don't have any money, they sell them at Family Dollar in the kids Benadryl pack. You just take the syringe out and use it for your weed plants. So you have to have a syringe, in my honest opinion. Me, I don't really like to feed before bedtime. I like to feed as soon as the lights come on, so that the ladies can, kind of eat and consume all of the nutrients that I'm placing into the soil. Another thing before we get out of here, with this, I only use half of the recommended dosage. Whatever it says on the bottle to feed per gallon, I cut that in half, because so many times and so many grows I have overloaded my plants with nutrients, listening to the manufacturer's instruction, when every strain is different. Every strain uptake nutrients at a different point. Every strain, some are more finicky than others. So it's better to start slow with the nutrients and then ramp it up once you know your total dissolved solids. But it's real hard to start heavy and then burn your plants and then have to flush them with 5 to 10 gallons of pH balanced water. Trust me, I've done it. But in essence, if you are a home grower, get you some bloom, definitely get you some CalMag, and definitely get you some fish fertilizer. Now the Bloom, I would use in moderation because the potassium and the phosphorus content is so high. 10 is a little on the high side to me. I'm used to no more than 6, no more than 5, no more than 4 on the phosphorus and potassium, no more than 5 or 6 on the nitrogen. So be very delicate. Don't burn your plants. Peel back on the nutrients if you have to, and definitely get you some top of the line fish fertilizer. And it's Alaska. You know they got the best damn fish on the globe, right?